mga kaganap, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. And syempre, speaking mo maganda, meron tayong maganda or beautiful guest for today. And syempre, kasama ko dito, walang iba kundi ang nag-iisang Mr. John Guarnes. Hello, John.
Hi, of course,
Hello.
I'm the only one, John Guarnes.
Yes. Hello.
Pag may iba, ewan ko na sino yun. So
Hello,
anyway,
John.
good afternoon, Bench. And we're so proud that we have a very special guest, very famous guest, and we're so happy and honored that she's gracing our shows, GanapTV,
Yes.
and I think you do the honor of introducing our guests for today.
Laila White has more than 20 years of global experience in fitness and wellness from her base in Singapore. As a personal trainer, she has worked with industry leaders in royalty such as Prince Hakim Jeffrey Bolkiah of Brunei Darussalam and Princess Purna Jadeha Brown of New Palace, Morbi Joharat of India. Laila has also created gyms for more than 15 Four Seasons hotels and resorts properties worldwide, including in Kyoto, Dubai, and New York. In the past few years, Laila has begun to recognize the need to approach fitness from a more holistic perspective and to redefine fitness to mean more than just physical well-being. In 2017, she launched ADAT, A Day at a Time, as a community outreach health and fitness program in Singapore to encourage a healthy lifestyle through group exercise. 2019, Life by Laila, a 13-episode TV series, was aired on Indonesia's MNC channel. The show took Laila across Indonesia to discover and understand the practices, rituals, customs, and traditions that have kept Indonesia's healthy in mind, body, and spirit. It was named the #1 TV show in Indonesia. For her work in Indonesia, Laila was awarded a prestigious Lifestyle Award, Health and Wellness category at the Fashion Festival 2019 in Jakarta. She is the first foreigner to be recognized among 6 influential women of Indonesia. Laila has been featured in ESPN, Women's Weekly, Men's Health, Daily Mail, Money FM 89.3, among others. She is regularly invited to speak and motivate large audiences, such as the Marina Bay Sands Casino staff town hall in 2019, where she offered health tips for the workplace and inspired them to adopt a healthy mind, body, and spirit. Mga kaganap, our guest for today is Laila White.
Age has no limits. Not only physically people get fit, but you bringing the community together, because as we get older, we become very lonely. So you can only, you're only allowed 15 minutes. Yeah. 15 minutes is the maximum you should be submerging your body.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. I'm so privileged to be joining both of you. I think the way you introduce me seems a lot bigger than who I am, but I'm really privileged. Thank you.
Of course, we are so thankful and blessed to have you here.
The feeling is mutual. Thank you for having me. I really am privileged. Thank you.
Yeah. So I would like to find out, where are you located now?
So I'm in Singapore. I'm born in Singapore and a true blue Singaporean.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
But you don't have a Singaporean accent.
I can put on one lah.
Miss Laila, can you greet our viewers? Can you say hi to all our viewers?
Hello viewers, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. I really appreciate it. And I know time is the biggest commodity that cannot be replaced. So I value your time listening in. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So to start
Okay,
with,
how's
yeah,
Singapore right now?
yes.
So Singapore currently we are still under lockdown, but we opened up a few lifted up a few restriction on the 12th of May. But the current situation, we have about 26,000 infected.
Wow.
Yeah, our numbers raised so high, but mostly is from the dormitories, and then we have hospitalized about 1,000 plus, and discharged about 5,000 plus from the hospital. And death is one too many, of course. Now currently we have 21 deaths since yesterday's. So, but we are positive in a sense that we try to move forward by staying home and following the routines of what is supposed to be common sense, which is washing your hands with soap. Try to stay home if you can, and if you have to work, essential workers, you're allowed to go to work, but you take more precautions. But everybody's trying to move forward and have a high spirit. That's the way I see it.
Mhm.
Okay, Miss Laila, I just wonder because what I heard the last time that Singapore um, opened all the malls,
Establishments, yeah.
the, the businesses after like how many days it was?
Not that I know of. I think that we just recently we didn't have a lockdown, but we had to lock down because people were still mingling, and then it was a full lockdown. But you go out to buy groceries, to buy food, but you cannot. It's a takeaway. Then we closed schools. We had to close schools, but now we are opening officially. For what I know now, June 1st will be the opening of a lot of lifted and be opening as usual. But on the 12th of May, the government lifted essential places like hairdresser because everybody's walking around with a big hair and
Yeah.
long hair, pet shops and bakeries. But still, you can go buy food at restaurants, but not you can't dine in. The second wave came up probably is because of we known the cluster from dormitories, and the way I see it, my personal view, of course, we need to start re-looking at how we treat people, especially these laborers, right? They are the ones that build the country. So the way we pack them into a room, no wonder our numbers jump up. Our numbers are so high in the dormitory sector. The community is controlled. We're not allowing people, just like the Philippines, not allowing people to come in except for permanent residents and also Singaporeans. But the second wave will happen because I think, or globally, because people are not following the rules. This is a global pandemic. This is a global effort to kick this, away. So that's what's happening in Singapore at the moment.
Yeah.
We're
And
trying. We're trying.
yeah, that is one thing that we would like to remind everyone, especially our kababayans, to be careful on the possible things that will happen after the lockdown. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we hope that the second wave will not going to happen. We just have to comply with the requirements, especially social distancing,
Yes.
wearing face masks.
Face
That's so
mask.
vital now, especially
Yes.
when the lockdown is gonna be lifted up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. So by the way, Miss Leila, during the lockdown, wondering what keeps you busy?
I am I am more busy now than I've ever been. So I've just moved into my new apartment. I downgraded to a smaller apartment because my kids are no longer with me. They are in the States working. So I wake up early in the morning, and I have a routine that I follow, which is always when I open my eyes, which I'm trying to follow, which is going to be my routine. Which has been my routine. I always wake up with gratitude. I always thank God, for letting me open my eyes, and for yesterday, and for my family and friends and my sanity. So then I would bring a glass of water, and then I take a shower, and then I'll take my dog for a walk without any handphones to just enjoy and visit my tree, which I call Leela. I see Leela every morning and greet her. And then I come back, and then I start my day. I first exercise, because after that, everything gets jumbled up. So I either do yoga first, or I do body weight training, of course, at home. and then I take a shower again, and then do my work, and I just keep busy with new projects. I'm starting a new series after the Laila's lockdown, which is exercises at home. Now I'm starting Forever Fit and Fabulous. So these are featuring individuals that are 40 and above that are fit in mind, body, spirit. I want to get to know them better. And then I read, and then by in the evening, I'm so exhausted, I just chill out. I hardly watch TV. I would read, or just, just be by myself and enjoy my own company. So that's my routine.
So you're alone in your apartment.
Yes, I love it. My children have... I love it. I mean, my children are 26 and 24, and they have moved since 5 years ago. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing great by letting your children grow up and move on, and then you develop your own life and your own self, Yeah, I am alone, but not lonely.
Yeah, with her
Of
fur
course.
babies.
It
Yes,
doesn't
you are
look
fur
that you're
baby.
lonely. You're
Yes.
so happy and you're so bubbly.
Yes, I hope so. I hope so. I think that it's awful to be miserable, and all these are all our choices. I think that I've always think that I never like to sit on the fence. There is a yes or a no, but sometimes a maybe. You've already made your decision. You're just buying your time. That's the way I see it.
Miss Laila, we would like to know more about your advocacy, the ADAT. Is that correct?
Ah.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
He did his research.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
Because
so
I really admire this woman. Super.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So Adat came about after being in the fitness industry and wellness industry for 26 years. I accumulated a lot of knowledge passed on by other people. So it's only fair to pass it forward. So I decided to create Adat, which is in Malay. I don't know whether in Filipinos it means the same. Adat means moral values, moral, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it stands for a day at a time. So I created a community outreach program so anybody can join at our Tampines Hub. They are a great supporter of what I want to do. We employ trainers, whether it's Tai Chi, Qigong, Pilates, Zumba, anybody can join for free. What we're taking away is excuses. So I can't say that it's all me. It's unfair to say that. But our Tampines Hub, which is a community-based sports hub, has agreed to do this because they care in the community, and so do I. So my program, I run about 80% of the programs at our Tampines Hub. It runs from 7 a.m. to about 9 p.m. So we have different classes at our Tampines Hub. So, it's so fulfilling to see people who wants to take care of their health, who cannot afford, and we make it available to them. I think, yes, money is important to pay the bills, but what you get out of doing things with the good intention, that is far more beautiful than anything else you can ever encounter in your life. So that's my program, Adat. I'm so surprising you.
That is really interesting.
So do you have a lot of people registered on that foundation?
Yes, we started 20 years ago with only 5 people, and now we have 50 to 60 and sometimes 70 people.
Wow.
But now, so now we have to shut down everything because of the everybody's so close together, right? So we hope to resume, but the perfect outcome of this is people, trainers. I don't know whether they charge or they don't charge. People are coming together and say, hey, listen, it's not the end of the world. We are going to showcase this, on the digital platform. You can still continue. I think that's the beautiful part. I mean, my trainers have been doing that with Tampines Hub. So yeah, it's the numbers we have to control as our numbers become bigger and bigger and bigger.
That is.
So you need more trainers. So
yeah,
I think, we can
yes,
apply.
I need more space. Yes, you can apply. Yes, come on.
And this time, Miss Laila, since it's lockdown, so are you also offering the online classes?
I've been asked to, which I'm so grateful. I think I've somewhat retired from personal training. So what I did is I did class, like I started Laila's lockdown. I showed people how to exercise at home on my Facebook. One exercise a day and no excuses, no big deal. If your husband is calling and screaming, they want water while you're exercising, there's two things that you can do. Is either you ask him to go get water himself, or you stop and you come back and do the exercise. But I wanted to create an exercise program where to those people that have never known about exercise and can't afford, and I do not want them to invest in anything. I don't want them to invest in rubber bands, the bands or whatever. I wanted them to use the things around the house. So I would use towel, I would use a bag of rice, I would use a gym bag or any kind of bag, a dining table, chairs, a washcloth or whatever, a rag or whatever. So I started that, and then from that I gave, after one exercise per day, then I went to 3 exercise 3 times a week. So what I was trying to reach out to the audience is that, start today. Today is the greatest day to start. It's not tomorrow, today, because we never know, as COVID has taught us, we never know what's going to happen the next day. But I want to give a platform where people can do it for free. It's still continuing the platform of Adat, which is a day at a time. So that's what I do. Mm.
And
That's really interesting. That's really interesting. I love what her advocacy and what's the idea of what you do at home without even using anything
Any
except
equipment.
like whatever is available in your house. I think
Thank
that
you.
would be interesting to our viewers.
You are using like your bag.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So inside my gym bag, I put in what do you call it? Detergent. I put a bag of rice. I put a lot of stuff to make it weight instead of buying dumbbells. So what I want to as a resistance, but I also give an option. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Use your own body weight. We start with our own body weight. There's a lot of, what scares me the most about fitness industry now, there's a lot of fluffs. Right? Exercise is a fluff. Exercise is actually movement. You move, whether you walk or you garden, it's still a movement. It's called exercise. But what I want to really emphasize is, first, 2 things: form and safety. You will not do it wrong. If your joints are telling you it hurts, please stop, because there's nothing worse than you pushing your limit and hurting your joints. Normally when you injure yourself, especially with your joints, it'll take you, when you recover, it's about 70%. You'll never get it, if you're lucky, 70%. You will never get it to 100%. So yeah, so I use like bags and, water bottles, or, the corner of the tabletop or the kitchen top. You just have to be creative, and then start with that, because once you understand the movement of the body, you can go anywhere in the world, in the gym or the park. You do not have to wait for equipment. What drives me insane is where people sit and wait for equipment without trying to be creative. That drives me insane, because you're wasting a lot of time, and time is the most precious commodity. Next 3 exercises, we're going to do shoulder press. We are going to do squat with press, and then isometric bicep curl. Isometric means there's no movement, it's just building tension in the muscle. So we need a gym bag. If you don't have a gym bag, then you can use bed sheets. Just make sure that things that you put inside don't fall out on top of your head. Then you have to go to the emergency room. I am going to be using 1 detergent this time, not to be ambitious and not be an idiot, and reverse this so it doesn't fall on top of my head, right? So first, shoulder press. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to press it here, bring it up, keep the shoulders back, push the liver in. Make sure it doesn't hit your head. You have a concussion. Do it slow. Make sure you don't compromise your lower back. If you feel it in your lower back, please stop and stretch. You can either skip this, stretch, and come back to it. I'm going to do last two. And maybe last one. Okay. We're going to stretch the shoulders. Oh my goodness. You know what I forgot? I forgot my music. I cannot live without music. Okay, okay, I put it on my foot. Can you see? Okay, before I even do the movement, I want to concentrate on this, the biceps here. When we are stronger in bicep, believe it or not, because we carry a lot of groceries, right? Going to the market. So we want to strengthen more. So make sure your wrist is flat and not looking this way. I don't want your wrist to look this way because you're going to injure your wrist, okay? So grab it and just your elbow off the knee and just keep it down and just hold. See how flabby my arms are? Yes. But I shall prevail. So I'm going to count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you guys know I was an aerobics trainer before too? Yes. And then I moved to personal training, which I enjoyed more because I've always felt responsible for big crowds. I cannot take care of 20, 30 people and I always feel guilty about that. So I prefer one-to-one personal training. So the other side, think about this muscle first. Okay, just off the knee, squeeze, wrist straight and squeeze. You can even change this way, yeah? Like hammer curls. It's the same, it works the biceps. My speech.
So nice. Like, very interesting. Like, if you came from a grocery, then you know, bringing in some of your grocery bags. So, which
Right.
means that, but you know, as what you are telling us, you also have to see your body weight and how you can carry them and how you can cope up with those bags that you're wearing using, right?
Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right. I think exercise is supposed to complement you for your daily lifestyle. The reason you exercise is to support your lifestyle. So if you're going to carry grocery bags, right, you're going to form and safety. So whenever you stand, you want to roll your shoulders back, and then imagine as if when like you automatically do that, right? So when you do that, you look beautiful, you look confident, and not only that, in structure wise, you don't compress your spine, and you need to tighten your abs, pushing your navel to your spine, as if you're wearing a tight corset. That is key from preventing you from injuring your lower back. So when you do that, you can carry your grocery. Always remember that will help you not injure yourself, your back and your arms. So that's why we exercise, is to complement our lifestyle and to look good too. I won't lie.
That's very interesting. So you cannot carry your grocery bag like this. So you should
Correct.
do like that. So
Like
it
this.
will not. It will complement
The
your
posture.
body weight.
Yes.
Your-
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it helps
But also
build your
becomes a
posture, right?
Yeah, because every time, I mean, we tend to forget. We are creatures of, forgetfulness, right? And it's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. But once you remember, you just do it in, bit by bit, and becomes second nature.
Yeah.
That's very
And
interesting.
yeah. And aside from fitness or regular exercise, we wanted to know your beauty regimen.
Wow. And until now, you still look beautiful.
Yes, beautiful
You look
skin,
gorgeous.
Oh, thank you
Despite of the
so.
pandemic.
I think, I think the
Lockdown.
pandemic.
Is that the
You know,
lockdown
some
look?
Laila, actually, a lot of people now are really like, they look so depressed, they look so stressed because of the current situation. But you still look gorgeous and,
Oh,
beautiful. That despite of all these things, you maintain your beauty.
oh,
So,
thank
what
you
is your
so much.
secret?
Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm nuts. That's what my secret is. I think that crisis and bad things are always going to happen. If you can control it, it's great. But if you can't, what else can you do, right? We should not stop. Just keep looking at problems. We should look at solutions. There is a lot of self-reflection during this time is the most important and the most key. This is the best time to get to know yourself better. And then whatever you don't like, change it. You are the ruler of your life. That's the way I see it. Most people might not agree with it. But when you talk about my beauty regime, it really scares me because I don't have one. I'm the laziest, I confess, I'm the laziest person to follow any routine or any regime. I take it from my mom. Recently, I interviewed her and I had to remind her. When I was growing up, I always look at my mom. I go like, my gosh, she got beautiful skin and she always looked young. And I've always thought my mom was forever 39. Why? I have no idea. So she would say, oh, when I shower, I use the soap. I wash my face too. It will make your face, strong. And I go like, this is not what I learned. You have to put moisturizer. Yeah. So she also impart to me that she goes that the more you care about the way you look, the more it's gonna bite you in your butt. She says the most important thing is you have to be comfortable. Everything else outside is a plus. If you are happy with yourself, then everything will come out, will glow, And I think that's one of the key where I go like, whatever, and I'm the laziest. But I drink water, lots of water. I try to drink lots of water. And then I'm lucky because I don't have a sweet tooth. I don't like sugary things. And I try to eat healthily whenever I have goals. And it's not a big deal, everybody is either you do 100% or you don't, right? But you also have to be a bit more forgiving to yourself in the sense, and balance. That's the key, balance. If today I eat badly, then tomorrow I will consciously eat better. And I don't beat myself up. Because we are creatures of taste. We have become this generation of tasting food. In the beginning, we just eat to survive, But now we taste. You go, oh, that's sweet. Oh, this is horrible food. We don't like this restaurant, But I think that for me, my regime is very, very simple. And I also exercise because I think sweating helps you get rid of all the toxin. And try to, you know what, be happy, let go. I always let go of whatever problems I have by the end of the night, because I can't solve it. And I am a problem solver. I will try 100% my best. And if I can't, no big deal. I let it go. And tomorrow is a beautiful day. It's another day. So that's my routine, my beauty regime. I wish I could tell you I use this product or that product, but I don't. I use whatever's there.
That's really good, because a lot of people
Uh-huh.
can afford to have, those things like cream and every stuff like
Right.
that to put on their face. But yours, you give us idea that you don't really need all those things. It's not really necessary to be beautiful. It's just a
Right.
matter of mind over matter. It's just conditioning your mind,
Exactly.
being happy. I think your attitude in life is very inspiring, Miss
Oh,
Laila.
thank you. Oh my God,
Mhm.
it's too much. No, but I think that what I tell my children is this, right? And I said, if you're good looking, it's fantastic, it's great. But what happens if you got into an accident? That would determine what kind of person you are. People are going to say, "Oh, poor thing, she was so beautiful, but she's such a nice girl too." Or people go like, "She deserved it." Which person do you want to be? I think beauty is fantastic because it helps you to get your foot at the door. But at the end of the day, you have to perform. What is your performance as a human being? You have to be a good person. At least try to be a good person.
So the important is
I'm speechless.
Oh,
so, so John, the important is the inside, not just the physical outlook, but the person who you are. That is really important, right, Miss Leila?
yes. Yes, of course. And nobody's saying it's easy. You have to decide when it's time. As people that have gone through life, we like to give advice and we like to give shortcuts because we do not want people to go through the same thing that we did, right? But people will decide their own journey at the right time for them. We all are students of life. My situation is different to you, but it might be similar, but it doesn't affect you the same. So we also, the people that have gone through the same journey, similar journey, have to be understanding about that. Once we give advice, we cannot get upset when somebody doesn't take it. It's not time for their journey. That's it.
Okay.
That's
So,
true. That's true.
Miss Leila, I have a question. What is the first thing that you would do right after the lockdown?
Oh my God. After I think that I'm gonna go see my mom. I haven't seen my mom. That's the first thing I want to do. I'm not a socially. I will go to work after that because my kids' indoor playground Playtopia will be open, and I got to see my staff boost up their moral spirit, and just continue life. Life still continues. So that's the two things I would do first.
Yeah.
That's so
Yes.
nice. Like other people, they would go to salon to have their
Yeah,
hair cut.
well, I've given up on hair because my hair now is like Rapunzel. So probably that will be later when it's
Rapunzel,
died
yeah.
down. Yeah, because now everybody's going to be rushing at the same thing that they think is important. So I like to think that I would like to take the things that people don't think that's important, and then it will subside. The numbers will subside to what I really need. So need and want are two different things. So I would need to go and see my mother. I do not. I want to have a haircut. So which is important, my mother. So I will go and see my
Wow.
mom first.
Mhm.
So actually, Bench, what's really going on here in the Philippines is just the same what's going on around the world. I
Yes,
think people
exactly.
has to realize that the extension of lockdown is really not just in the Philippines but all over the world.
World.
And Ms. Laila, a lot of people are really getting mad about our government and our president because they keep on extending our lockdown. But actually, it's really happening around the globe. And and,
Mhm.
Yes.
and our president and the government is just concerned about how
Will
this
be, yeah.
pandemic will affect the
Mhm.
lives of the people. That's why they keep on extending until they flatten the curve.
The curb.
I think
Mhm.
the people should understand that, and I think we have all we have to do is just continuously comply with the requirements and obey the rules of the government. See,
Exactly.
because as per Miss Laila, it's the same thing. you can't just go right away in the salon because there's still people that they won't allow it to have us contact
Physical
physical
contact. Yeah.
contact with other
Mhm.
people. Is it
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. This is something that new, right? It's gonna get a bit. We need a little bit of adjustment. Going to the store is gonna be different because yesterday I went to go and buy Lola, my dog's food, and it wasn't as easy to walk in. You know, I have to apply this app and then scan, and then you have to queue. So people are expecting this new, the old norm. It's no longer the new, the old norm. It's going to be new. So you got to be patient. Anything that's new, people get impatient. And over the world, you're absolutely right, John. You know, everybody's going through the same thing. So somebody quoted that we're all going through the same storm, but not the same boat. Right. And I think that people get angry, they don't see a bigger picture out of this. But for people, it's interesting because I had a conversation with my friend Dina the other day, and she opened my eyes up, right? I mean, it's so easy for us that are in developed countries and middle class, we say that, you know, everybody should comply. To me, the poor have got nothing to lose. They've got nothing to lose. They don't care about this pandemic. We care because we got our jobs, we got our house, we got our flights, we got our travel, right? This will change the global outlook of human being. We can no longer, our life are in their hands. The way we treat poor people, we have to give them equal opportunity, which is education. Right? And I see, and Dina was telling me, she goes like, Laila, it's easy for us to say, you know, stay home. But these people make $1 or less than $1 to feed their family. How can we say that to them? And then she says, you know, why don't we tell them if it's necessary, you have to practice social distancing. You have to wash your hands with soap and make sure it's bubbles for at least 20 seconds. And if you cough or sneeze, use your elbow if you don't have handkerchief. And by God, if you are sick, stay home. Because only then we can hit this pandemic together. Otherwise, it will go on and on and on, and numbers of deaths will be too many. We don't care because it doesn't happen to us or our family. Now, for the first time, I am so happy that COVID has taught us the value of life, the value of the earth, value of, you know, being self-sufficient, the value of not being dependent only for production in China and India. Now people are in every country are making their own masks. You know, we cannot be solely dependent on one person. And now if anything happens, we globally can help each other out. That's the way I view this COVID. You have to see positive part of what COVID teaches us. COVID is no different. It's worse than SARS, but it's similar, you know. But this washing of hands with soap, supposed to be not second nature. It's supposed to be, why are we teaching people the same? In Japan, people are walking around with masks. It's a natural thing. In the West, they go like, no, I'm not going to wear a mask because it's not second nature. But this is, if we want to all live and want to move together with the economy, this is the way to go. There's no way out of this unless you wait for your vaccination. The other thing that is so key is now your immune system. How do you build your immune system? By exercising, by taking care of yourself. Once you take care of yourself, don't be so selfish. Once you're intact as you are, self-sufficient and self-care, you have to care about your community, not just your family, your extended family in the global, you know, globally. So now we are expanding. The way we love, the way we look at things is expanding. That's what I'm excited about.
So
I talk too much.
yeah, no, it's okay because we learn a lot. You know, we learn a lot actually. And then one last thing, Miss Laila, can you tell us what is your next project like after this pandemic? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we met through Fitness Best Asia Awards. You know, it's a fantastic platform. So now I'm going to expand that. So I have a TV show called Life by Laila, season 1 in Indonesia. We were rated #1, surprisingly. It embodies. Yeah, thank you. But even though the title is Life by Laila, it's not about my life. It's my journey, learning. I didn't come as a teacher. I came as a student. So it's about Asia and Asians. So hopefully I will move around Asia. It's about tradition, custom, rituals, modernization with traditional practices. It's to showcase Asia and Asians that we have to be so proud of all the things that we are sitting on. For example, like the bengkong in Indonesia, I'm sure in Philippines also they have it. After you give birth, we use the binding of the stomach, right? So that alone it's a tradition what women used to follow. I followed it. But now in exercise, fashion, you see everybody wearing the corset, the belt, right? So I'm saying that this is where it comes from. Yoga came from India. It didn't come from the West. It got popular because it went to the West. So how about we appreciate what we have? How about we promote what we have as Asian and then be proud? And instead of looking out, we have to look in. So the show is about me traveling around Asia, meeting individuals, people that are not just, celebrities, normal people like you and me, to learn from them. That's one project, and I'm working on season 2, and I have an app that I'm working on. So Achieve is about mind, body, spirit. So that's the underlying of fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle. And then I have a festival and an awards that is going to encompass the 3 elements that I believe in. As you get older, you know that a fit body is fantastic. Without a fit mind, it doesn't work. Without a great spirit, it doesn't, tally. So everything has to come in 3. So that's my projects.
Wow, that is exciting.
I hope you can be part of the project.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah,
Because
and,
we are Asian family. So of course.
we are happy to, to collab with you.
Great. Oh, thank you.
And so I think thank you so much, Miss Laila, for the opportunity today, and we learned a lot. Mm-hmm.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I am really honored to meet you, John and Bench. Thank you so much. Same with you. I'm so honored that you contacted me. This has been the highlight of my day, especially today is my birthday.
Happy birthday! Oh
So
my
we can
God.
sing happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you.
Happy birthday
Birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
This is a great present, and for all the Filipinos out there, even in Singapore, I hope that you will just wash your hands with soap. Keep your hygiene level high. Cover your mouth, like I said, cover your mouth with your elbows if you don't have a handkerchief or tissue paper. Stay home if you're sick, and practice social distancing. And please keep safe, because you are as important as everyone else. And that's my plea to everyone in the world, and not just the Filipinos.
Wow.
And I have to say one more thing. We appreciate the Filipinos that are working in Singapore, especially those that are the frontliners in the hospitals.
Mhm.
That, all the foreigners that have worked in Singapore and built this country, we love you. We appreciate every single one of you. Maybe we didn't before, but thank God for COVID, because now it has opened our eyes.
Wow, thank you so much. John,
We had
nahihilig
a goosebumps.
you know, after we heard
Somebody
your,
from someone in
yeah,
Singapore appreciating our Filipino frontliners
Filipino
abroad.
frontliners.
That would be very inspiring to our
Inspiring.
Filipino frontliners. Thank you
So
so
thank you.
much,
Thank
Thank you
Laila.
so much,
Thank
Miss
you.
Laila. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And
I
have a
see you
good
So
day.
we do this
Yeah, see you soon.
Ganap.
Dahil sa Ganap TV,
Ikaw ang bida.
Yeah.
Catch 'em all.